Hey, what is going on, you barbaric buzzwole? Today we're taking a look at the Rapid Strike Inteleon VMAX. Now, early on when this card released, I wrote it off pretty quickly. I did try it out, and it just didn't seem great in the format. And one of the big things that kind of held it back was Mew VMAX was very popular, and everyone was playing Latias, which is really hard for Inteleon to deal with, because the point of the deck is you set up your Inteleon VMAX and you attack with G-Max Spiral, which is 70 damage plus 70 if we return an energy attached to the Pokemon to our hand. And it being a Rapid Strike Pokemon and the cost of the attack being water colorless means we can attach a Rapid Strike energy to our Inteleon VMAX and then return it to our hand and do 140 damage. So over 2 attacks, we're doing 280, and most VMAXs have about 320 HP, and then we get a couple quick shootings involved, and we're effectively 2-hit KOing most VMAX Pokemon. But the problem up against the Mew matchup was they would attack with Latias, which says VMAXs can't hit your Pokemon, so we couldn't hit the Mew VMAX, so we'd have to go boss to Latias, and then they would KO our Inteleon. Combine that with a couple early knockouts and a couple bosses orders later, we'd pretty much always lose to Mew VMAX. But now that Mew VMAX players aren't playing the Latias and they're going all to that Meloetta build, and they don't have that combo of you can't attack us, and if you try and attack into us without bossing and KOing our Latias, we'll just continuously use Latias until we win the game, basically. Now that that's not like a thing that we're worried about, the deck actually fits pretty well into the meta overall, and is actually feels pretty good. Like, there's not that many matchups that we have a terrible matchup against. We can kind of beat most things. I guess Jolteon can be tough. We are weak to lightning, and they do a lot of sniping on our bench guys. But even up against like a Rapid Strike Urshifu, even though they have G-Max Rapid Flow, if they're not hitting our Inteleons, we're still dealing out 140 damage every single turn. And if we don't bench like 6, small dudes on our bench, and we only play 7 of them because we play 4 Sobble, 2 Remoraid, and a Basculin. As long as we only bench 5 of them, if they G-Max Rapid Flow, 3 times, they draw 5 prize cards. They still have to go through our Inteleon VMAXs, and we've got quite a few Cheryls to heal any of the damage they deal to the VMAXs. So even something like that is not that big of a or bad of a matchup, even though they do have that snipe potential. So yeah, that's the main combo of the deck. Inteleon VMAX, we Cheryl. And then besides that, we got the Inteleon engine here. Quick shootings, very important for us to get 2 KOs on VMAX Pokemon. 2-2 Artillery in here. The main reason we kind of have to play this is because a lot of decks playing Marnie, and our energy does go back to our hand, and we want to be Cheryling pretty consistently, because that's kind of where we gain our advantage in matchups against any deck. They hit us, we heal, we hit. They hit us, we heal, we hit. And we just repeat that process with Cheryl until we just get far enough ahead that we can win the game through like bossing stuff up, or just, kind of just attacking the active still could be our route to go. So that's kind of how we get our advantage. So making sure we have constant access to our Rapid Strike energy, because it's constantly going back to our hand. And if it gets Marnie, it goes back to the bottom of the deck. Yeah, being able to search that back out every single time that it would happen, or finding, whatever other things we might need. We could search out the quick shooting Inteleon, we can search out Sobbles, whatever. It's just nice to find stuff. So yeah, Artillery in here, very important. Would like to be able to play it as a 1-1, but the potential of prizing it is a little bit too risky, because we don't actually draw prize cards very aggressively either. So I think you kind of have to play the 2-2 Artillery. And I've even gone down to 3 Rapid Strike energy. I had 4 in here before, but with Artillery being able to find it so easily, and you never really losing energy because you put it in play and it goes back to your hand, there's no real reason to play 4 Rapid Strike energy, to be honest. And the only other attacker that we attack within the deck, usually, of course, we sometimes attack with like Waterfall and Inteleon, but that's pretty rare occurrence, is there is 1 Basculin here with Swarm the Wound, 30 damage plus 10 for each damage counter on the opponent's active Pokemon. So it's a nice 2-hit KO combo with the Inteleon VMAX into the Basculin, specifically up against actually Mew VMAX, because with that Fusion Strike energy, we can't quick shooting Mew VMAX, so we get hit for 140 to 80, and then we have to hit them again to knock them out, so they could like do some Psychic Leap shenanigans and stuff like that. So being them to 1-hit or 2-hit KO, my bad, the Mew VMAX is really nice through the Basculin. Now we only do play the 1 Basculin, so we can't do it on back-to-back Mew VMAXs, but usually the 1 Basculin is enough to get us there, especially with the combo of playing 4 Paths to the Peak, which you don't need against the Mew VMAX matchup. It is very nice to help give us an advantage, but you kind of do need it in the Duraludon matchup, because otherwise we just can't hit Duraludon. We only play special energy. Yeah, 4 uses of Paths to the Peak up against Duraludon is usually enough to beat them. I'm not gonna say it's a extremely favorable matchup, but it's enough for us to like take wins off them. No worse than a 50-50 for sure. I've gone up against quite a few Duraludons, and yeah, 4 Paths to the Peak does the job, so we can hit through a Duraludon enough times to get there. And also like the Zacian Zamazenta deck, we need an out to Zamazenta as well. Last card I'll mention is there is 2 big charms in here. This is the card I am most unsure about in the list right now. They've felt pretty good in a couple matchups like Single Strike, making them need all of their single strike energy, all 4 to get a GMAX 1 blow to get a 1-hit KO is pretty nice. But besides that, I haven't found a whole ton of value out of the big charms. I've had some weird scenarios where I've like put them on my Inteleons or even my Octillery sometimes to play around like a GMAX Rapid Flow. But I'm not sold on the big charms. Definitely the card I am most iffy on, but everything else has felt pretty good. The 2 boss, of course, 4 Cheryl. Sometimes I do kind of want a pal pad for even more uses of boss, or more often than not more uses of Cheryl. So that's kind of the card I'm trying to fit in the deck. I think would be a pal pad. But that's enough about the list, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like. Enjoy the content, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell. Let's get into some games. All right, we're getting into it, and we won the coin flip, so we will be going first here. Double Inteleon start, but not much else to work with. We are going first, so I do like opening the Inteleon. Usually if we go second, I don't like opening the Inteleon because I want to give my opponent like 2 prize cards off the start, kind of. So yeah, but going first usually feels pretty good to go Inteleon. Mew VMAX is really the only matchup where they can really take advantage of that. Got the Sobble top deck. That's a huge top deck there, and we're gonna be in a pretty good spot. Don't want to throw this down yet. Don't know if my opponent's like playing Crushing Hammers or something like that, so gonna hold off on that. And a Rangaroo start, Zacian is what I'm thinking. Can't think of too many other decks that play the Guru still consistently, so Zacian is what I'm thinking, but it could be a bunch of other stuff. Primeapism Rangaroo is just a really good card, so it could be quite a few different decks, to be honest. But yeah, that's the one deck that plays it consistently still, is that Zacian Zamazenta deck, which should be a fine matchup. We have 4 Paths to the Peak, and we have quick shooting, so we should be able to get through there. Hey, there it is, the Zamazentas. We should be able to get through them just fine. I'm not too worried about it. And also, we can absorb like 2 hits from the Assault Tackle. The Assault Tackle potentially the Assault Tackle potentially before we would actually even have to Cheryl. Also, we play the Basculin, so it's kind of like an extra hit potentially. I am gonna Marnie here, which I don't love doing because my opponent didn't do a whole ton on their turn, but I do really want to attack and just be aggressive, so I'm gonna throw down the Marnie even though I don't love it. And we did whiff our evolution, so it looks like we're gonna hit him with a Surf on the Guru for 40, which I definitely don't love, but not much else to do, so Surf. Yeah, also the Basculin can act as like an extra hit. So we have like 4 hits on Zamazentas with Path to the Peak. We did prize 1 Path to the Peak. I did notice that when we looked through the deck there. We did prize 1 Path to the Peak. So we have 4 hits total right now on Zamazentas. But that's enough to get through 2 Zamazentas. So that cleans up those 2 Zams. Usually there's only 2 Zamazentas in these Zacian decks. You usually never see a 3rd Zamazenta, but I guess it's possible they could have a 3rd Zamazenta. I've never seen a 3rd Zamazenta in the Zacian deck, so they definitely could have it. We'll see. It could be there. I wouldn't count on it, but you never know. Rusted Sword actually from my opponent. That is something you never see those. You never see those. Looks like it's gonna be a Marnie. Put another Rapid Strike energy here. Return 1 to hand. Return 1 to hand. I don't think I'm gonna get Zamazenta next turn. They don't have a whole ton built up yet. I'm not really afraid of losing the energy. Just kind of keep it thinned out of the deck for right now. Go ahead and find myself hopefully VMAX. There it is. I thought we whiffed it. I was like, oh no, but no, there it is. There's the VMAX. Let's throw that down, and then I might go ahead and level ball for a Drizzile or Sobble. My bad. Don't need another Drizzile yet. I didn't want a quick ball for the Sobble and then keep the level ball for the Drizzile because I want to keep my boss around. And then GMAX Spiral, get this knockout. We have the Shady Dealings to work with next turn. One of the Shady Dealings targets will probably be a Scoop Up Net to reset the Shady Dealings. Hey, there's that Path to the Peak off the prize cards. The other one will probably be a Cheryl, although it's very possible we don't get hit this turn. Could definitely see my opponent whiffing the attack this turn. Actually, it's one of the few matchups that still, or a few decks I feel like that still plays for Marnie. A lot of the top decks right now don't play for Marnie. I guess Jolteon might be another one, so that's something we might not struggle to overcome. Ooh, actually, my opponent puts a Mew in play. That's going to be a lot fewer, whatever. We're going to take a lot fewer knockouts now because of that Mew. A lot less attacks. KO the Zamazenta, KO the Zacian, and then actually KO this Mew. And that's it. That's game. So, yeah, a lot fewer knockouts to be taken here now. A lot fewer attacks to be dealt out, maybe is what I should say. Top deck is the Path to the Peak. A very good top deck. So we had to like find that, but I didn't know how I was going to get there, to be honest. Reset the Drizzile on the net. Don't love using net to just reset a Drizzile, but you need to find a draw supporter here. Get a couple more cards in the hand. Get some more options. We're going to go ahead and find another Marnie. Reset this huge hand of my opponents here with that. And then we got the Path to the Peak, so we get this hit on the Zamazenta. That is very important as well. A couple quick balls. Probably good to quick ball here. Or actually, could hold on to this last quick ball. We can actually do this play instead. Go ahead and get ourselves this Octillery finally out. and we can actually use the artillery to use Rapid Strike Search to go ahead and find ourselves a Rapid Strike card. Like, you know, to be honest, we probably don't need another artillery, so let's go ahead and grab that. I'm actually going to quick ball that away instead, get ourselves a Sobble, be a little bit more efficient, than out the deck efficiently, still get the card we need for turn, and just all around just be in a really, really good spot, to be honest. VMAX Spiral now, boom, energy back to the hand, get a good hit on this Zamazenta, and we have the Shady Dealings Inteleon to kind of back us up and get us whatever we need on our following turn. One of the cards will probably be a Scoop Up Net, to be honest, because we probably want to reset the Shady Dealings Inteleon, but besides that, probably going to have to get, you know, Cheryl or a Pat to the Peak. Even though we're probably going to hit by an Assault Tackle here, we want to prepare as if a Brave Blade would probably happen on the following turn. So we probably don't want to leave our opponent with just with the potential for that. So we probably want to share. We don't want to give our opponent the out to that, because we are going to knock out this Zamazenta. So it'll put energy in the discard pile, and then yeah, open up the chance for the Metal Saucers and all that fun stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with yeah, go ahead and go with this. We need that Cheryl in the Scoop Up Net. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and yes, Scoop Up Net this. Play the Cheryl. Play the Sobble. Go ahead and search ourselves out a Path to the Peak so we can get the KO this turn. And I do want the Quick Shooting Inteleon line as soon as possible. To be honest, I maybe should have played this a little bit differently. We have one Scoop Up Net left. Go ahead and grab the Remoraid. The only other basic... I don't need to search out the Quick Shooting Inteleon yet, because I can just do this first. The only other basic I'd probably ever want is a Sobble. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab that. Throw this in play. Throw this in play. This, going to go ahead and get ourselves that Drizzile. I just want the option to start quick shooting next turn and start building up damage on that Mew. That's going to be one of our prize cards this game. And probably should get another Evolution Incense here as a grab. Go ahead and get ourselves two prizes with this VMAX Spiral. We actually did prize a quick shooting Inteleon. It's possible we find that off the prize cards here. Nope, Inteleon V. And hey, there it is, quick shooting Inteleon. So now could save this to go get a Drizzile instead. Yeah, we got the one quick shooting Inteleon, can definitely make another one at some point. We didn't go double quick shooting Inteleon next turn. We don't actually have to heal Inteleon VMAX every turn. It's just usually a good idea. That is kind of like the main core power of the deck, is that it's very easy to heal our Inteleon VMAX and kind of just keep it alive, keep removing the damage our opponent does, because it is so efficient with its energy, and also, you know, just being able to Cheryl. Like the Cheryl just works really well. Here comes a Zinnia from my opponent. Tool Scrapper down. Now we do play the Big Charms, but I don't think the Big Charms actually make a big difference in this matchup at all, because yeah, Brave Blade, you know, plus a Zamas, double Brave Blade KOs us. Triple Assault Tackle would KO through the Big Charm, and then 2/2 would also KO. So the Big Charms actually don't really make a big difference in this matchup. We could like put a Big Charm on an Artillery to protect it from a double cross, which are actually coming and chasing my Artillery. Don't chase Artillery in this matchup, because Artillery doesn't actually do anything past a certain point. I think we've definitely reached that point. So yeah, don't chase Artillery in this matchup. If you guys play this matchup, or if you play this matchup against this deck, don't chase Artillery. It's one of the worst things you can chase. So many people have chased the Artillery against me, and it kind of just it doesn't do absolutely nothing. It just doesn't do very much. Chasing a Drizzile or a Sobble is always the better call, except for early on, maybe like turn 1, turn 2. Looking at chasing the Artillery is okay, but past that, it really is not great, to be honest. Really not great. And yeah, VMAX Spiral, we're literally a turn away from winning the game. We have game in hand. Quick shooting KO the Mew, boss KO the Zacian if it does run away. If it doesn't run away, we win the game. I'm just gonna set up my other Inteleon here off this escape rope. My opponent will be able to get that mysterious tail off, but yeah, this one's basically done unless my opponent gets a Marnie here. If they get a Marnie, we lose the energy. We lose the boss, so we can't chase this station. We still have the quick shooting, so we can still KO the Mew on the next turn, and our quick shootings can start to pressure this station as well. Now they do play you know, quite a few Crystal Caves, probably 4 Crystal Caves, to be honest. So they probably play 4 Crystal Cave, so they can probably, you know, start healing it. But they gotta find a Crystal Cave. They haven't even played a draw support again. I don't even know if they have one. Nope, just Scoop Up Net on the... Oh, okay. Actually, Scoop Net on Mew is actually pretty good there. That's actually pretty good. Actually, I've left my hand in kind of a weird spot, to be honest, because I did just go all in on the quick shootings last turn and didn't leave any room for my Shady Dealings Inteleon. So maybe I've actually Put myself in a little bit of a spot. We're still in a very good spot though, because we still KO with the next one. They can just maybe draw prize cards on a VMAX. That's all I'm kind of leaving open up to my opponent here. It's like, okay, maybe you actually get to KO a VMAX this game, which, to be honest, they might be able to here. Actually, they might be able to get a KO on a VMAX here, but not too much more than that. And they might not even have that as the concede comes in and we get a dub over the ZacZam. Like, it's about how I thought it was going to go. Definitely a very good matchup with the 4 Paths of the Peak, because we actually can hit the Zamazendas. If we didn't have the Path of the Peaks, we would definitely be in trouble, but we've got the Path of the Peak, so it's no problem. All right, here we go. Calling heads as always. Did lose the coin flip, so we will probably be going second here. But depending on the matchup, depending on the matchup, it can be worse. It could be not that bad, I guess is what I want to say. And it also does give us the opportunity to potentially use keep calling on the first turn if we open the Sobble and can find one of our 3 energy. I think we open Sobble more often than we see our energy, but we did find the energy here. The rest of the hand definitely lacking, but we can get off that turn one, keep calling, which is a pretty big deal. Yeah, pretty big difference between not getting off a turn one, keep calling, and getting off a turn one, keep calling. Now our follow-up is lacking here though. Our follow-up is definitely lacking. Path to the Peak could be nice. They are playing, all right, so they are playing Jolteon VMAX. We are weak to Lightning, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I have no idea how this matchup is gonna play out, to be honest. Never played this one before. You don't see Sylveon very often anymore, so I don't have a ton of time to play up against it. Blaziken's not going to be their best option, I can tell you that much. They did put it on the bench there. Doesn't mean they're going to be utilizing it, but yeah, that's not going to be their best option there for sure. I probably should play around getting Boss knocked out, I think. Oh man, our 3rd VMAX as our top deck. That is definitely something. Pressure Emerald, Path to the Peak, and then keep calling here. I'm going to go ahead and grab 2 Inteleon Vs, because yeah, they could have Stadium Replace, and then like Crobat, draw a bunch of cards, Boss knockout. I think I just have the Boss knockout on hand, to be honest. I forget how much damage Sylveon does. I think it gets to 210, I want to say. I forget how much it does though, to be honest. It's been a while since I played against it or played it myself. Do a quick look for each different bench Pokemon. Okay, so 220, I guess, not 210. So 1 hit KOs most V Pokemon. We are weak to Lightning, so they do have the Zeraora that could become a nuisance. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I think the GMAX Rapid Flow is what I'm a little bit more worried about, taking out a lot of our... And they did have exactly what I was talking... They have Stadium, they have Crobat. They have Stadium Crobat combo there. They'll be able to draw quite a few cards still this turn. So it definitely could have led to them, getting like a boss KO if we'd only gone with 1 Inteleon V there. So that would have been scary. Okay, there's a Marnie from my opponent. Now, it does mean all of my VMAX are going to the bottom of the deck, but we definitely need to see a new hand here to have hope of getting a KO here. This hand is... okay, shuffle the deck with a Drizzile, Path to the Peak, and then probably go with a Marnie ourselves. Looks like my opponent maybe whiffed energy here as well. Nope, just as I say that, Rapid Strike energy on the Sylveon. Okay, they did not. I really don't want to Marnie them here, to be honest, because they don't have a whole ton going on. I don't want to lose double Cheryl, so it looks like we're going to have to go with a Marnie here. This is where we'd like to research, but the Cheryls are a little bit too important. Yeah, we prize the Cheryl as well. That would have been pretty bad. Okay, so Path to the Peak, play the Marnie, hope for VMAX and energy. Artillery, some combination with Artillery would work as well. Artillery, VMAX, okay, that works. No Cheryl in the hand though. Got our VMAX. Gonna get our energy. We'll have 1 left. Okay, cool. On the VMAX, and they also have the ribbon there, which will be annoying to deal with. And got a level ball here, so we can get a Sobble. So if we do top deck like a Drizzile or something, we do have our Shady Links and Inteleon as well. So we have quite a few outs, or a Scoop Up Net, to be honest, to reset the Drizziles. Quite a few outs to getting that going, to be honest. We do have quite a few outs to getting the Cheryl for the next turn. And this does what? It's knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack. So we could hit this for to 280, and they actually could quick shooting to KO the Sylveon. And actually get the 3 prize cards off it. So kind of play around that ribbon badge of our opponents. We don't play Jammer, we don't play Scrapper, so we don't have those as outs. But we could go with just quick shooting, like hit it to 280 with 2 GMAX spirals, and then knock it out that way. This Aurora is getting set up. They have a lot of sniping to be set up here. We really need to hit Cheryl here, or we're going to be in big trouble. I feel like we're going to be in a bad spot. A really bad spot. So we really need to find Cheryl here, because otherwise what's just gonna happen is they're gonna KO this, and they're gonna use like GMAX Rapid Flow and KO 2 I don't know, 2 Drizzile Sobbles and Octilleries there. Like, so we basically have to top deck Scoop Up Net, or ideally Level Ball, I think, is the big one. Oh, the Drizzile also works, though. And I'm specifically gonna grab Evolution Incense here, because we want to get the big Shady Dealings, the big Inteleon with the Shady Dealings going, and that like will help us chain a little bit more smoothly here. Because now if this one, we can get the Scoop Up Net and the Cheryl. Take a quick look through the deck and grab these two, and then we reset this, and then we have this for the next turn to grab more Cheryls and kind of keep looping from there. Rapid Strike Search, gonna go ahead and grab myself the VMAX just to protect my V from them before they can boss KO it potentially. And then yeah, Cheryl, boom, remove all that damage, evolve to the VMAX on the bench as well. And yeah, exactly where we want to be now. Let's see if it's gonna be enough though. Another 140. I don't think we're gonna have time to KO this with quick shooting though. I think we have to kind of give up on that dream of potentially quick shooting KOing the Sylveon. I don't think we're gonna have enough time to do that. But we might. We'll see where the game goes. See if we can pull off something cheesy. They're going with this Zeraora now. Gonna be able to hit us for 200. Can hit our active for 200. Ooh, here comes an Avery. I'm gonna give up the. I don't want to get rid of the Inteleon though, do I? I think I am fine with getting rid of the Inteleon here though. I think I am fine with getting rid of Inteleon here. We'll see where this goes. We will see where this goes. We'll see what they attack with after this as well. That's one of the things I'm also pretty curious about. Like, what are they going to attack with after they attack with this Zeraora? Because can't do the snipe shenanigans again. Like, they go with the Gale Thrust. The Gale Thrust would probably be pretty good, to be honest. Back into the Sylveon wouldn't be as good, but that wouldn't be terrible either, to be honest. Yeah, I'll just get my Inteleon there. And then I assume my opponent's actually going to go after my Drizzile here, to be honest. I assume my Drizzile is going down, which is going to put us in quite a spot, to be honest. Here comes the Cross Fist. Maybe they go after my artillery. A lot of people make that mistake. Whenever I play decks with artillery, my opponents just like seem to go after my artillery for no real reason, to be honest. There's no real reason to go after artillery after the first couple turns in a lot of situations. But I'm always open to people chasing it. No, but they go after the Drizzile. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves. Oh, okay, it's gonna get tough. Okay. So go to Cheryl. We do have this for the following turn. The Cheryl, we have one more Cheryl to work with. It's getting tough. Go ahead and grab ourselves. I don't know what it's like. I'm gonna grab the artillery, to be honest. I just want something like useless in case they Marnie me. I want that to go to the bottom of the deck. I don't really want to bench this yet. Still, for the same reason, they could go like KO this and then KO those two, and that wouldn't be very good. I don't want to give that make that an opportunity for my opponent. Leave that as an opening. Yeah, I don't want to leave that as an opening or opportunity for my opponent. Okay, same thing here. Hit, Cheryl, hit, repeat. And then, to be honest, kind of figure out if it is enough. Because sometimes it's just not enough. We're not doing a whole ton of damage. Like, we're doing 140 damage. And if we don't set up a lot of Inteleons, we don't get the quick shootings online, which kind of is a big part of our 2-hit KO strategy, if you want to call it that or whatever. Like, it's a big part of our 2-hit KO strategy. Is to do those shenanigans. So if we can't do that, we're just kind of 1-hit KO or we're 3-hit KOing, which is not good. We don't play that many Cheryls to be able to keep up with a 3-hit KO. And in this situation, oh, this is not good. No Cheryl out of this hand, so this is gonna be tough to deal with here. We'll see what we can do. I see some plays here though that we can maybe make. They're going to Gale Thrust us here for 150. They could follow up with a G-Max Rapid Flow for... They can't quite get the KO through the G-Max Rapid Flow. But they could just hit us with Zeraora, though. That's the problem, is Zeraora could just hit us, knock us out, and then it does 160, so they can just kind of knock out anything else on my bench. Sheesh. Making stuff difficult. The Zeraora is super good here. Maybe we try and replace the stadium. Replace the stadium with Marnie, and maybe they can't move the Urshifu. That might be to the point where we're at right now. And they can't get back to Zeraora because I don't think we can stop them here. Not that I can tell anyways. Go for the quick shooting as well, maybe. Big Charm here. We could Big Charm this. Okay, hold up. We could get really sneaky here. We can go Big Charm here. Okay, okay. I think I've got it here now. Oh, we need the energy as well, though. Okay, so we're going to go Rapid Strike Search first. Grab the energy. Energy. Big Charm. Scoop up net the Artillery. Check my discard pile real fast. Quick ball away this. Because if we want to reset the Artillery, we need the Remoraid first. Tempted to grab this thing. I think I will. If we get KO'd, we need another one. Potentially. Have the Inteleon V. Put that down. Put the stadium play. When we play this Marnie, we need to find a quick shooting. We could find the other Inteleon, but I prefer the quick shooting so I could start to actually... We got the quick shooting. Okay. We've got stuff happening here. Gotta mute the opponent at this point. And then we can go here. Now they can't KO either of these things on our bench. Evolution Incense. Gonna go ahead and grab Rizile, just in case we get a Sobble off the prize card sometime soon. Then I'm also gonna quick ball away. I'm gonna hold the quick ball for now, I think. Quick shooting the Sylveon VMAX, and then yeah, Spiral 140. So our opponent can't win next turn. Had to get a little creative here. They can't win next turn, but we're still, it's like we're still just kind of riding the line here. We're still super close in this one. We got some routes, we got some outs though. Definitely possible to win. Now, I think if we had not picked up that Artillery, not done this big charm play, we'd be losing this one. But yeah, got a little creative here. Took away a lot of our own options. We took away a lot of our own options losing that Artillery, but we opened up or we limited our opponent's routes to victory, I should say. We didn't open up any of our own routes, just limited our opponent's routes to victory, which is sometimes the best thing you have to do on your turn. Don't like give yourself as many routes as possible. Limiting your opponent's routes is sometimes the higher chance play to win. We have 170 HP here. I want to keep, can they, if I send up this, do they just win? If I send up this, kind of the same thing. It would just be, can they KO this? So I think I'm just going to send up the Inteleon V here because of that. It's kind of the same thing. It's like, do they have a sight or something like that? So let's see. Does my opponent have a telescopic sight here or not? Hoping not. I'm really hoping not. But even if they do or they don't, they could have the G-Max Rapid Flow on the following turn. They are down like three Rapid Strike energy. They don't have a ton of Rapid Strike energy left. We do have that going for us, I guess. Maybe I could even bench like a third Inteleon V to have like that to send up here behind this one. Here comes a Marnie. Oh no, we're losing our Rapid Strike energy. Still have one left. We have the quick shooting to work with as well. There's the Rapid Strike energy. That's a pretty big hit. We could get the Cheryl off the prize cards. We know we have a Cheryl prized. Oh my gosh, this one is getting very interesting. This one's getting very interesting. Spiral energy from my opponents. I don't know if they have a task return. It looks like they haven't. There it goes down to the Urshifu. So the G-Max Rapid Flow going to be in effect potentially on that next turn. That's going to be annoying. That's something we have to deal with. And here comes the, what is it called? Cross Fist. They hit my Inteleon here. And I think I could send up this now, though. I could send up the quick shooting Inteleon. They would need an energy to G-Max Rapid Flow. They would need to have that. And they couldn't just Gale Thrust this or something. I guess we'd force it. I think we may as well force the extra little bit from my opponent. I feel like we should anyways. Top deck is an Inteleon. Okay, let's go with that quick shooting. Maybe we get some good prize cards here. Cheryl is the number one I'm looking for. We do have a Cheryl prized here. Let's see what we get. Quick Ball. Remoraid. Not Cheryl. A Scoop Up Net. A Scoop Up Net is no good to us here. I would have liked a Marnie as well. Marnie to disrupt my opponent would have been nice. Don't have a boss. Otherwise we go with the Basculin play. Oh, Basculin wouldn't quite KO that though, actually. Well, I'd be lying if I told you we were in a good spot here. It's definitely looking rough. Definitely looking rough. We have one energy left. Need boss. Okay, so I think I mean, if they have the G-Max Rapid Flow, we kind of just lose. I think we just take the Basculin and attack with Basculin this turn, reset the Inteleon. Yeah, if they got an energy, if they got a boss, like even just like a Gale Thrust for 30 would KO this. Like, We got it down to the wire, but the wire wasn't quite good enough. We could even big charm this just in case, I guess. Yeah, needed that Cheryl off the prize cards. Would have opened up a lot more plays for us. Now, we can get game next turn. But in the current situation, we are giving it up to our opponent to potentially have game this turn. And you know what? It's probably pretty likely. They even have a Rapid Strike energy. There's the Cheryl. One prize card late. And the Sabla as well. Also a pretty good card to have around. Not with us this time either. Yeah, one Rapid Strike energy left. Hey, but there's triple Spiral energy. Why not? G-Mag Rapid Flow coming in. So we kept it really close. This is a pretty close game. We got the Cheryl off the prize cards there. Would have had a lot more time to work with, to be honest. Would have had a lot more time to work with. Then it ended up going down that way. And we take the L here to the Sylveon VMAX. That's going to do it for these games with the Rapid Strike Inteleon VMAX deck. If you guys enjoyed the video, as I always say, give it a like if you enjoyed the content. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.